Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Was finishing up for the day of my videos that I was gonna do, and then GOG has dropped this absolutely megaton story, and I guess you could say story, website, whatever. We gotta talk about this update. First of all, we talk free games on this channel. How about GOG giving out 12 free games? Yes, 12 free games. All of that in regards to their newly launched initiative, Freedom to Buy. Freedomtobuy.games is the URL. The GOG put out an official tweet. Thanks to the dedication of developers and publishers, we are launching freedomtobuy.games to raise awareness on censorship in gaming. 13 games are now available for free for 48 hours. Did I say 12 games? 13 games. As a part of the stand for creative freedom and preservation, we believe that if a game is legal and responsibly made, players should be able to enjoy it and decades from now. It's our statement. When games are delisted today because of discomfort, reviving them tomorrow becomes exponentially harder. I look at the responses to a lot of the tweets, and a lot of them are like, oh, these are just NSFW games, etc. I think there are certainly a lot of people that just say things that are going to be reactionary for engagement farming. Look, I've been there. I certainly have done it on social media as well. You look through my channel, there's some, rage baiting videos that your boy has uploaded. So relax. I've done it as well, but, right now, the tweet has got 142,000 views and 7.9 thousand likes. Censorship is quietly deciding which games you can buy. We are fighting back. This is on Freedom to Buy Games, and you can claim your copies for the next 48 hours, yours to own forever, of Postal 2, Agony and Agony Unrated, and then, alright, after that, there's a lot of NSFW games, Leap of Love, Being a Dick, Leap of Faith, House Party, Hoonie Pop, Lust Theory, Treasures of Nadia, Summer's Gone, Sapphire Safari, and Fetish Locator Week 1. Alright, but Postal 2 and Agony, I mean, those are, games that I don't think fit into that NSFW, strict NSFW category, and they are games that, had their creative vision. Agony wasn't a game I was blown away by, but it's so much bigger than just the games being censored. And yes, everybody can, oh my god, these are just NSFW games. Again, we go back to the points of the payment processors having so much power to the point where Steam immediately decides to buck and be like, okay, we gotta pull all of these games, and how quickly that was done. Are they the ones that should be having the powers in place? If Steam doesn't want to have those games on their storefront, more power to them. That's ultimately their prerogative and their decision to make, if that was a decision entirely made by them. But this was a decision, don't get it twisted, that was made because of the payment processors and the payment processors wanting things to be done. Should payment processors have that level of power? I think most people would agree in an emphatic no as far as that's concerned. And those games getting pulled. And remember the entity that is responsible for this. Collective Shout. The game that they wanted to get pulled and not be sold earlier was Detroit Become Human. Remember, one domino falls and then more dominoes can fall and more dominoes can fall. Just realize the consequences that it could have. I'm not saying you have to inherently care about it. Okay, if it ultimately gets to that point, you could be of the mindset, I'll worry about it when it gets to that point. Just be aware that it can get to that point and stop defending it as oh, you guys just care about these NSFW games. Most people watching my channel and watching my videos, the same comment over and over again. You don't care about these games in a vacuum, but you are able to use one brain cell, and I can use one of my 2 remaining brain cells to realize that this could have consequential ramifications for not only gaming, but we also realize that it can affect other mediums and other entertainment properties as well. And who is the entity that is what is the regulation? What is the entity? Who is involved in deciding what gets to be on a storefront and what doesn't get to be on a storefront? First of all, those people should be, all of those people should be public information, and we should know who is making the be-all, end-all decision as far as this is concerned. But as far as this is concerned, I think this is going to build GOG even more goodwill. If you want to talk about the term goodwill, an entity that has built as much goodwill as any other is GOG, and that is why they have become an alternative that people have actually gravitated towards. The PC gaming landscape is as such that Steam is always going to be the dominant leader, and there's really no way about that. I don't think even GOG, as good as they've done, they're going to dethrone Steam. They don't have to dethrone Steam. The idea is they have an identity, they have a mission, they have something that makes people gravitate towards them and use them. It doesn't mean you forego using Steam entirely. If you want to do that, more power to you, but it means that they have a reason to exist. Epic Game Store, I'm happy about the free games and whatnot, but the long-term viability of Epic Game Store, I really don't understand what their mission is and what their objective is and what sets them apart from Steam outside of, for a little while, them having timed exclusives. GOG, we get that they have an identity with things like the preservation program, with things now like freedom to buy games. I feel like that does give them something of an added cachet in terms of differentiating themselves from Steam, and again, all the credit in the world to GOG. I am partnered with GOG. I've had interactions with people involved at GOG, great group of people, and, if you want to say that I have a bias, I don't have that connection with GOG, alright? Let's relax there, buddy. I don't have that connection with GOG, alright? There, buddy, relax, but I can appreciate what GOG is doing. Bro, we got Breath of Fire 4 available on PC readily to buy. That is a phenomenal thing. We've got other games that are being preserved, and we've got something like the Dream List that is going to be looking at preserving other games. Whether or not we get Digimon World, I don't know. It turns out some fugazi things were going on, but things like that, and now something like this, all of this coupling together, I feel like makes GOG a place where people want to go to bat for them, and that is the hardest thing to do when you create an alternative or an I don't want to say opposing, because again, they're not going against Steam, but an alternative, let's put it that way, is you really want to cultivate a fan base and an audience that'll rally for you, that wants you to succeed. I feel like that's the most powerful thing you can have when you have a fan base that desperately wants you to succeed, and I feel like GOG is starting to cultivate that because of its good work, because of the goodwill that they're building. That's why a fan base wants you to succeed, because you've built so much goodwill. Now, goodwill can be undone over time, but I don't see GOG doing much of anything that is undoing that goodwill, and right now they are doing some great things in the space in terms of preserving games and in terms of being aware about the issues that a lot of people do have with gaming. Look, it doesn't mean that this has to be the #1 issue that you have in gaming, and censorship is a big deal to you, but realize it is a big deal to a lot of people, and GOG kind of fighting back on that. I hate the term fighting back because it sounds like we're fighting against some sort of grave danger or something, and maybe people do view this as a grave danger to censorship is a big deal, but in terms of, life and death, censorship isn't like that big of a deal. But I digress. GOG is doing great work. That's all I'm trying to say. And here, if nothing else, you can get 12 free games, Postal 2, Agony, and Agony Unrated. I guess it's 12 free games, but they're including Agony and Agony Unrated as 2 separate games, so keep that in mind. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching. Get your 12 free games for the next 48 hours. Big stuff there, but that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.